Hey, wake up.
So here we are, episode 3 of Female Energy. And we are in the presence of Kat, aka Faded Society. She is a very good friend of mine. We met, I want to say nearly a year ago actually, at your Open Decks event and as part of your brand. And we're going to talk later about the business side.
Yeah.
But we met there for the first time. You're so welcoming, and as a new DJ on the scene, I was quite nervous. So being able to kind of come in and feel safe with you, just welcoming me and my friend Nelly, and then come play some music and make friends. It's a lovely atmosphere. Then we randomly met at Queen's Yard Day Festival in Hackney, and that's where we got to hang out most of the day. And it was just so lovely, and I got to learn more about you and your background and your vision for as an artist, but also for your business and all the wonderful things you do for the community. So I feel so happy that you're able to be with us today. So thank you so much for accepting the invitation.
Thank you for inviting me. Yeah, it's just surreal to be here.
Yes, I'm happy. So why don't you tell our viewers more about you and your background as an artist? What inspired you to get into music? What kind of music do you like to play? And
So I guess I've been a raver for a long time, and you know, when you're raving, you don't realize like how much music you take in, how much you learn from other people. And for me, musically, all my life, I've grown up with music. You know, when coming from an Asian background, karaoke is like pushed down your throat, you know? You have no choice but to back up sing for your mum. So everything, like every sort of genre, music, instruments was in my house. And then becoming a raver, especially after moving to London, it was like, okay, there's different types of music. There's different things going on. And yeah, for a long time, I didn't think I would be the one or could be the one to curate it or to like make it. And then one day, thanks to some friends who kind of bought some decks, and they kind of, we threw a backyard Glasgow sort of like festival in Peckham, and I was like, I put my hand up, I was like, yeah, I'll play, and I sucked, like absolutely. I didn't know what I was doing. But that made me go, all right, next year, because we're going to do this again next year, I'm going to come back. I'm going to make people dance. And yeah, and that really was the start of me trying to prove to myself, but then realizing how good I am at curating music. And my style of DJing is a lot of overlaying, you know, so taking a lot of different songs, different genres, and putting it into another overlay genre that you wouldn't expect. So yeah, so that's when I was like, okay, you know, you can make music without playing an instrument.
Beautiful. I witnessed this when you played at G-Shock Radio for our friend who has Akin as a brand, Akin. And I finished my set, and then you started, and I had to leave, and I could not leave.
Yeah.
It was so good. So I cannot
like,
wait.
You're late.
I was like, yeah, Mel, go. It was so good. I had my bass face on, which I'm sure I will do later on as well. So I can't wait to hear your set. I mean, I speak for myself, but probably our viewers too. We want to know, what was your mom's favorite song that you back sang in karaoke?
Oh gosh, some Vietnamese stuff that I can't even do or say or sing anymore. But yeah, like, you know, as a kid, you're like, oh, you just want to sing on tune. But she's like, no, you have to like back up me, so you can't sing it the way it should be sung. And I'm like, I don't know how to do it. But she's like, just pretend. So honestly, it was like, yeah, I've been like a backup singer for a long time. Still shit. I'm not good. I'm not good. But yeah, musically, then that's kind of opened me up to so many things from like folk, indie, um, ballads, you know, like give me some Celine Dion anytime.
Nice.
That kind of stuff. And then moving into like, yeah, appreciating vocals and pop. Which, you know, a lot of my sets, sometimes, you know, I do like cool bassline stuff, but I love putting in some pop things that you wouldn't expect.
Yeah.
And then adding that overlay on top, you know, because I appreciate a lot of vocals. And you probably have seen some of my sets where it's very worldly.
Yes.
You know, it's
good.
yeah, I just like to get people listening to something else.
Nice. I love that. And I wondered, do you have an artist at the moment who you, or a muse, or someone that inspires you when you create?
Yeah. When I create, well, I kind of, for a long time, I was really inspired by Lady Shaka, which I still am. I love her stuff in that she brings in her cultural things, as well as like very stanky, bassy, dancey stuff that just makes you feel good. You know, and then now currently I am very much in love with Saint Ludo.
Oh, yes.
I saw her at Glastonbury and my God, she was like literally like dropping bangers after bangers, great different edits. Her energy was high. And yeah, I guess, you know, there's loads of good male DJs out there, but right now I'm quite focused on like finding amazing female DJs to keep me inspired.
Nice.
So yeah, so she's one of them, and yeah, she's quite bassy. With that said, you know, you probably heard me when we were kind of getting ready. Is I like to DJ other things other than like hype bass music. I've got like thousands of music on my USBs, so it ranges from really like chilled. I have a folder called like the cool down, all the way up to the dark side.
Love it.
So it's very broad.
I love that. I love that. And there's that kind of creativity and being able to mix up, because it's so hard, you know, for people who are not musicians and DJs, they don't understand how hard it is to actually bring those
together.
It's so hard, so difficult. So it's just very impressive, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I guess the whole reason it started for me was, you know, one day I was like, I wonder what it's like to take rap and put jazzy overlays on top. You know, that does exist, but for me, I was like, ooh, it's like two completely different things that I love. Sounds so different. How do I do that? And that was the challenge from then on to then DJ.
Yes. Well, that's really impressive. And I know that from you starting as an artist, then a business has emerged as well. And I know, and I'd love to hear more about it. All I know is, and what you can see from the outside is your passion to really bring the community together and to keep the rave culture alive, like the underground rave culture and people coming together that love different. You can see that transpired in your business, not just in your sets, is what I'm trying to say. And I love that how much you want to push emerging artists up and give them the right tools to succeed, which, you know, we touched on whilst we were doing our makeup. It's actually, you don't see that a lot in some bigger brands or artists that have succeeded. It almost feels like there's this gap. And as an emerging artist myself, I've always wondered, how do I get there? It looks like they're so far away. I don't even know what they did to get there. And the fact that you offer these spaces and these tools is a really big gap in the market, in my opinion. And then B, is so helpful and really helping artists succeed. So I would love it if you could tell us more about Faded Society Limited, the broad range of the projects that you have at the moment, the vision for it, and if you can, as much as you can share what you have in the pipeline and where you want to take it.
Yeah. So I guess we can start with, first of all, some people have said, you know, it's so confusing, like your name is Faded Society and this brand is Faded and blah, blah. But, you know, I was like, well, fuck it. If Dior can be Dior and, you know, like Tom Ford can be Tom Ford and run their brand, I'm like, I'm going to run my brand based on what I started, which is Faded Society. which let's not go into why I called myself that for now. You can kind of get it from the word faded. But yeah, so organically, yeah, it just started. I never thought I'd be here, like legit. I never thought I would quit my job and do this full time and become a brand that helps artists. I literally just wanted to do it myself. I was like, yeah, I want to DJ. Yeah, nobody was saying yes to me. I'm going to like do my own event. And then from one event to another, yeah, it got to a point where I was like, what is my purpose in this all? You know, do I want to do DJ full time? I don't know yet. That's still like quite a question for me, because I've taken back in the last 6 months, I've sacrificed a lot of the DJ side of me to build this business and build this community, because like, yeah, you physically, if you know how to DJ and stuff, physically DJing is demanding.
Yes.
You know, to go to gigs, to network, to meet people, to make sets, to do anything is physically demanding.
Extra demanding when you're a woman, right?
When you're a woman.
Yeah.
And yeah, you wake up and you're like, oh, can I get up today? And then on top of that, I run this huge community and I support everyone, and I genuinely put the energy in, you know, like I show up, I give you the love because I love it. But yeah, so organically it came out just because I wanted to make it happen. And then realizing that I have these skills and tools and experience from what I did by myself now to then tell somebody else how to do it, you know? And it's been organic. I didn't go into some of these events thinking one day I'll be teaching that. It's all been such a journey. And now I'm at a point where I now understand my purpose, you know? I wake up really happy.
What's your purpose?
To teach.
Love that.
To kind of like provide this platform and this space and teach you how to then get to your dreams, you know? Like I'm not successful. No one's probably heard of Faded Society, you know, as a DJ, but at least I have skill sets and I have things and resources, and like, you know, I'm working with so many people in the industry right now to provide support to someone else, not just me, you know. So
you're known as a business. You're so known, because that's how I got to your Open Decks. Everyone at Point Blank at my school knew about you.
Really?
Yes, that's how I got there. It's like, let's go to see this Faded Society Open Decks. Let's go, and that's how I got to meet you. So yeah, the world travels, and now you have all these amazing projects. Tell us about the projects, but then the partnerships, because you've done the DJ battles as well.
Yeah.
You've done some amazing partnerships.
There's so many things that are going on. Like, it's like listing your kids. Don't forget them. But yeah, so I guess first of all is Faded Presents. No, actually, you know what? Let's go backwards. Open Decks. I have now been regularly hosting them for, yeah, almost a year. Almost, I would say. And I guess it's now twice a month in 2 different locations, 2 different venues, different vibes, but both are about inviting both new DJs and old veterans or whoever to come and play and connect. And it's really about networking, because, you know, like there's so many slots in a day that it's not really about trying to get that, but every time I feel like I've achieved something when I finish, and those who didn't get to play say to me they've had amazing time, they've met amazing DJs, they're gonna collab on something. So yeah, my free Open Decks are core in this. That's how the community is created. And I hosted one last night, and my reflection on Instagram just before was, you know, you guys come and thank me for doing this, for putting this space in this event, but actually you don't realize that it's you know, you're the one that's contributing to the vibe. Without you, after playing or even without playing, to be there, support, scream out, shout out,
Yeah,
that's all you. And that's where I love being able to facilitate a room for that.
yes.
You know?
And I can see that. I can see that from the from the open decks that I attended. Firstly, you did something different to other open decks, which was you've done the raffle where you get a number or you pick a number, don't you? And then you wait.
We'll see. That's when we were kind of working on strategy. That's his idea. So
I liked it. Because that enabled more networking. So people weren't like, oh, I'm on it too.
I'm going to leave after I
Exactly.
It, blah, blah,
it's
blah.
like, I don't know what I'm going to, or if, but I'm going to have a good time, celebrate whoever's playing, meet some people. Yeah. And actually, I met so many more people through that than through the traditional sign up and you're there in 20 minutes.
Yeah. And it's honestly, every time I say it is about networking, you might feel like you're shit at it. Because the word networking sounds scary, but it's about putting you in a room, sometimes dark, sometimes happy hour, and kind of just get yourself out there. Yeah. Like, what do you play? Oh my God, I didn't know we play the same thing. Let's do a night together.
Yeah.
Which is why then my next project, Faded Presents, is about that, is DJs thinking, like, coming together and going, okay, cool, we have talent. What do we do with it? And so I work with 2 venues and I give you £50 marketing funding and a lot of resources in planning and how to do the digital marketing side of it to then launch your own night. And this project has launched so many different collectives and brands. Like I've seen one, Moose Inverse Girls, if you've seen them. They did the launch night with Faded Presents and now they've gone on to do like fucking amazing things. And so this is like a launch pad project for people. And then Faded Sessions, which is here in this lovely studio, Matter of Time Studios, where you can come sign up and I provide a service where you record your 30-minute set, but we like properly take your recording, master your sound, color grade your content so that you can have it ready for social media. Because that's, I guess, the next thing is, what do you do with what you do online? DJs and artists don't know what to do with themselves. And then, all of that, plus, I guess my marketing services is then to tie that all together. I have like one-on-one consultation services or just different types of things like making your EPK, like electronic press kits for you, just to like present yourself to industry people. Getting booked and different things. So I guess as a brand, it's an agency to help you get out there.
Nice.
Because if you don't know what to do and where to go, this is kind of like a good first step.
And it's practical. This is what I love about it. And I'm quite a practical person. And even though, yes, I can learn from slides and whatever, but actually being there and doing it and learning, no, this is how you cut a reel to put it on there. I had no idea how to cut reels and do all those things. And I'm like, oh, Josh, what about this angle? Oh, let's do this. 2 seconds here, 2 seconds. You just kind of become, but it's through practically doing.
Yeah.
But there's so much you learn and then you make mistakes and then you learn some more. But having someone like you with your knowledge, that actually saves. Because I'm all about efficiency, so I like to save time.
Yeah.
So I would very much prefer to save time and learn practically from someone than be then scrambling on CapCut and be like, I don't even know what to press on next.
Yeah.
So it's amazing.
I think for me it's I have a consultation service where it's Instagram. Review of your account, what you're doing right, what you're doing wrong. But it's like not just about teaching you functions. It's really about how to then capture yourself, your content authentically. And that's, I think that's the main issue. Because you can YouTube a lot of how to use Instagram, but it's knowing then what to do with yourself.
So hard, so good.
And still stick to being yourself.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's all about. It's amazing. And all of those initiatives, they're very important because they're all about helping get even more diversity into the industry. Because sometimes, of course, you have all sorts of inequalities, right? But people get hit by inequality just through the way in which the industry works. You look a certain way, certain people, you get pushed forward faster. But actually, what you do is you create more equality and you enable more diversity in the industry, which is a really big passion of mine. So, yeah, I mean, our values are so aligned. It's like crazy. Okay, so we touched on you as an artist. We touched on your business and who you are as a businesswoman. I'm curious to learn more about your experience as a woman in the industry. What does it? Have you had any challenges that you feel others might have not experienced? Are there any changes you'd like to see?
I guess, yeah, as a woman, and it hasn't changed that much in how many decades. You know, it is changing, and especially living in London, it is a lot more fortunate. But yeah, I have experience where, as a DJ, as an artist, I went to one of the venue where this table setup wasn't even accommodating to somebody short, you know, and then they were like, yeah, well, we don't have a step for you. And like legit, I had to hover on a stool uncomfortably to be able to reach the buttons. Like, this is extremely high. Like, I don't even know why that was set up. And they didn't care. They didn't help. They didn't really like try to find solutions. And yeah, and I think that's where the diversity is, you know, not even just being a woman. That was like short people.
Yeah.
Like, excuse me. Just get a motherfucking step. You know? And that's where I was like, yeah. And the fact that, you know, I was this like tiny girl going, excuse me. They just didn't care. It was in a dark, loud space. I had to help myself. And I think that's where it comes from, the stemming of like the people running these nights, running these things, just don't care about smaller people who might not have a voice yet in there, you know? And from a business point of view, is I pioneered and produced Back-to-Back DJ Battle, which is a competition to find emerging talents in the underground. And yeah, all different kind of shits that you should check out. But from that business side, you know, like, even though I'm the one calling mostly all the shots at the actual live shows, and even though I'm the one also co-hosting, co-MCing, if there's like an issue or questions, they instantly go to the two males that is in the team. And so it's like, well, and they literally have to come back to me to ask me the question for the answer. And that's like, again, kind of ingrained in people is, oh, you don't ask the woman. You go to the tall white man over there. You know? So I've seen that a lot in all aspects. What I'm changing is, I guess, me being the face of the brand. I said to my best friend once, like, I was like, oh, you know, I was just gonna like run it behind the scenes stuff. And then I realized I needed to make this decision to be the face of the brand, to become the female leader, to show them what I'm doing, not just behind the scenes, to then show examples that, yeah, man, I'm changing the game. You know, so.
And the role model for others who may want to do this. Yes.
Yeah.
Because in previous episodes with Madison, for example, we talked about role modeling and how some artists and even business women, they don't think that they can do it because there isn't a lot of like,
women honestly doubt themselves so quickly, and they don't even try. I get so many male DJs DMing me on all platforms to tell me about themselves. I never ever get females ever. So yeah, I think it's more like females need to just do it. Just take the plunge. What's the worst that anyone can say? I'm sorry, I can't look at it right now.
What do you want to see? I mean, we talked about the changes you're making. How do you feel about allyship? Have you experienced allyship? And if not, what would you like it to be?
Loads of allyship. You know, I feel like my brand exists because I've collaborated with people. And to me, I've understood that from the start, the power of people. You know, like, you can't you can have a lot of ideas and a lot of drive, but you can't make shit happen just by yourself. So I guess that's the lesson is allyship is important, making connections is important, and maintaining relationship is so important, that people don't realize it's part of the whole thing. It's not just and being a genuine human.
Yes.
You know?
Being a human.
Being a human. But yeah, allyship is major in this game. Is just, no, it's not making friends. It's just being in a positive light, present yourself positively, talk to them about what your ideas are. Maybe your ideas align. Maybe you can both make it happen.
Nice. Thank you so much, Kat. It's amazing to have you here. Final question, and then I think we're gonna wrap. But what I wanted to ask is, if you're addressing emerging artists, what would your advice be in terms of 3 things they should avoid from like let's say if you put your promoter hat on, and 3 things they should do more of?
Okay, so I'm reading this because it's important that I tell you this. From my experience as a DJ and a promoter, and seeing so many new faces, you know, to kind of come through into the scene. So 3 things to do more as a DJ. 1 is, don't be afraid to tell people you do music. You know, that's probably the thing where people are like, oh yeah, I kind of do that. I kind of produce. Who is going to find your things if you don't tell them? I think that's really important to think about, is go and tell people what you do. Be proud of what you do, because you are proud of it, and stop being shy about it. Second thing is continue to challenge yourself. So, you know, get creative, learn new techniques, go and find new places to play out, even like open decks or something. But don't sit at home thinking that's enough. Don't play the same sounds thinking that's it. You know, get creative. It's all musically, you should be always learning, always. And then last is, there's no easy shortcut to anything. If you're really passionate about what you're doing, then just keep going with it, with the purpose. Because, you know, it might take a while. It's not like, honestly, there's no answer to any of this stuff. And it might be a while until you think you're going to be successful. But yeah, just to get to where you are, it's really the pursuit of happiness. You know, it's to do what you want to do and feel good about it. So
Nice.
No easy shortcut. Don't sit in your ass and do nothing.
Nice.
What not to do from a promoter perspective, I just got 2 rules. And this is like absolute pet hate, is when you send a promoter a Google Press kit, make sure that your permission is already granted access publicly, just because by the time the promoter gets time to go and look at your link and you have to request that access, they're going to be like, fuck this, I'm
booking someone else.
Yeah, someone else who's already got it ready. And then 2 is, read your damn emails. If you've got a dedicated DJ email, then read it, because opportunities come through and there's a time limit. And if you don't read it after a week and you DM me on Instagram going, what happened? It's gone, mate. So read your emails. That's probably my 2 pet hates.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Kat, for coming today. I can't wait to hear your set. I understand it's going to be a mixture.
Mixture of things, proper bangers.
Lovely. Thank you so much. Now let's listen to some music and get some bass faces on. Thanks everyone for watching. Keep an eye out for more coming up. Thank you. Oh,
not even a cut.
Sounds so soulful, don't you? Sounds so soulful, don't you agree? It's a girl and swagger back. True, true. Not bad, huh?
Dish, Basha. Dish, Basha. رجالة اليومين دول لا ولاء ولا انتماء برنس ضرب رسول وكلهم شغل اللينز رجالة اليومين دول لا ولاء ولا انتماء برنس ضرب رسول وكلهم شغل باشا باشا دش باشا 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 انا مش هرشد والله ما اعرف يا باشا باشا انا ما اقولش باشا انا ما اعرفش حاجه باشا انا عايز امشي باشا 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 عندك صيني بس شنيشه مفيش مخ التفتيشه مفيش فينا قلب التلبيشه بالسلامه في كشميشه
Girl, you know you're lost in the thrill of it all. Miami, Amsterdam, Tokyo, Spain, Los Angeles, India, lost on the train, got on my buttercream, silk shirt, and it's Versace. Hand me my triple A, so I could wait to work. I got on you, girl. No, I don't really wish the titties for sure. No, have I ever let you get caught? Lost in the heat of it all. Girl, you know you're lost in the thrill of it all. Miami, Amsterdam, Tokyo, Spain, Los Angeles, India, lost on the train, she's at the stove, can't believe I got her out here cooking dough. I promise she'll be whipping meals up for a family of her own someday. Nothing wrong, nothing wrong with the lie. Nothing wrong with another short plane ride through the sky. You and I are lost in the heat of it all. Girl, you know you're lost in the thrill of it all. Miami, Amsterdam, Tokyo, Spain, Los Angeles, India, lost on the train,
Faja. There's no way that the crowd can't sit down. There's no way that the crowd can't sit down. There's no way that the crowd can't sit. Faja. There's no way that the crowd can't sit.
Beautiful, my God. Gosh, honestly, amazing set. Thank you so much for your performance. I have goosebumps for whoever cannot see. And my skin does not lie. Yeah? So your set, the way that you went from one genre to the next seamlessly, and you dropped some like dirty techno in there with some world music. It's just beautiful. Thank you so much for coming today and for doing just an amazing set, an amazing interview. Thank you for your time. And yeah, where can you tell our audience where they can find you, where they can see you, your socials, anything upcoming that you'd like to share?
Yeah. Well, first of all, thanks for having me here. You know, it's been a pretty big week, and like this is such a great end to it.
Yeah, good.
And thank you for bringing my energy out. You know, so it's I'm so grateful to be here and just to be invited onto the show. So my socials, my DJ one is Faded Society Official, and then the Faded Community one is fadedsociety.ltd. So that's the page where I support other artists, other DJs. So yeah, check that out.
Thank you so much, Kat. Don't forget to subscribe and sign up and like and post and everything. And keep an eye out because we have some announcements soon on the page. And we're out.
We got